Twin Cities Adventures here, Minnesota Honeybee Playlist. Today's video, I'm going to show you the quilt box. Alright, this is a quilt box. It's basically like a medium super with fine mesh and a support. It does have vent holes, so that you can cover those if you want to. It also has a hole for the bees to come in and out. It's underneath the mesh, so they can come in and out and go into the beehive below it, but they cannot go above it into the insulation you put above that mesh there. So the whole idea behind a quilt box is that you put that on your hive in the winter to absorb moisture, so you don't have moisture in the hive. So I'm going to use pine shavings. I bought that at Menards. You can get it at, you know, Fleet Farm, or whatever garden center. So I'm going to open that up and I'm going to fill this laundry bag with pine shavings. I'm going to fill it up with enough to fill this cavity here. That way it's clean. It's neat. You don't have pine shavings all over your beehive. So we'll open that up, fill that up, gauge how much to put in there, put that in, then we'll go put it on our beehive over there, and then the leftover just goes, you know, with your other beehive quilt boxes or in with your chickens, which that's what I use at my farm. So let's open this up real quick and fill this laundry bag up to about yay high. All right, first a quick peek at our bees are in there. And here's our sugar cakes that we made for winter feed. It's still pretty warm out, but they can come up here and they can feed on these whenever they want to. I'm surprised they're not up there right now, but maybe they don't feel like it. So I'm gonna just set the camera up here. We'll put our quilt box on next. Box, top, and that top. There we go. We have our closed bottom board, our mouse guard, our two deeps that are corked. We have our candy board with our sugar bricks on it, and then we have our quilt box with pine shavings, top board, and cover. So the bees can go in and out of there, and they can go in and out of this small hole now. They go in that hole and then down into the candy boards and then into their deeps. So that's pretty much set up for winter. Now we don't have to worry about food, moisture, or mice. And there you have it. There's a quilt box for you. So why would you use a quilt box? If you live in an environment that gets cold, it provides insulation. It's like insulation on the top, so heat rises, so it'll stop the heat from rising too much. It'll keep the heat in there. And if you live somewhere that has moisture, in Minnesota, we get rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow, and then it gets warm and the snow melts. And then it gets cold and it freezes. So when the snow melts, you get a lot of condensation. And then it freezes when the sun goes down, so then everything freezes. So imagine that. The sun heating it up and causing condensation, and then it freezing over and over and over. In Minnesota, we get ice dams in our gutters. And the snow melts into the gutter, becomes liquid, and then the sun goes down, it freezes, and then it turns into ice in your gutter. And that happens every day until you have ice damming your gutters, and you could have like 100 pounds of ice hanging off the side of your house. That'll wreck your gutters. It'll back feed into your shingles. It'll expand and you'll get water in the roof of your house. Well, the same kind of stuff happens with your beehive. You get warmth and then it freezes, warmth and freezes every day, because it gets warm during the day at the sun in Minnesota, and then it freezes every night. So all that repetitive warming and freezing, condensation, think about what that does to your hive. A lot of bees die because they starve in the winter. A lot of them die from moisture and condensation and then freezing. You're creating a horrible environment with that repetitive warming and freezing. And then a lot of bees die with varroa mites. So this protects you from that warming, freezing, condensation, because your quilt box with pine shaving absorbs the moisture, and then it's vented, and you're good to go. So thanks for watching Twin Cities Adventures. Out.